exciting. So this is really exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I love to cook my son. It's exciting.
All right. Okay, we're ready, everyone. I have medium. Well, you can wait a little bit. I have mediums and large, so just so you all know, I'm going to have you all doing different things at different times.
Okay.
Some are going to season, some are going to massage, some are going to mix, and some are going to do some other stuff. Whatever.
I can do that.
So you got two couples and a mother and son.
Two couples and a mother.
That's tiny.
Perfect. All right, even male and female. We got a little competition thing going on.
Uh-oh.
At least one. Don't get us started. At least one. Don't get us started. I will be back and forth between this counter, and the stove, where you will have my attention. Sometimes I like to talk fast, and unfortunately, just ask me to slow down. If you have questions, feel free to ask them at any time. I do not mind interruptions. I will go over the menu once the camera comes on. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and give you some quick tips. This is a simple meal that can be enjoyed for vegetarian, vegan, plant forward. This is something that you can mix up. You can add meat to it, are carnivorous. Or it can just be appetizer or something. Right? So all the recipes I do are modular. So you can modify them any way that you like. You can add to them any way that you like. You like it, can't. All right, so they're blank canvas. All right, add the color, your personality, and all of your character.
You got it.
Ready?
I just
Is it the feedback?
No, I just did a sound check to make sure everybody.
All right, you have the other phone too, my phone? All right, well, let's try and make this work. And we'll at least have video. And we'll go with that. Ready for a countdown? Is it off you? Come on, production.
Oh,
manager.
you've been off.
Oh, you all been hearing me this whole time? Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to St. Gerard's Place in their awesome kitchen, which is also an educational and teaching kitchen. We are here today with Reach, and our series is called Soul Food is Food for the Soul. And why is that? You know, we caught up on the soul food thing, all our high sodium, fat, and chicken, and pork chops, and some other things. But if it makes you feel good in your soul, ain't that be soul food?
You got to talk that.
Absolutely.
And if it makes you keep really active
Just talk.
and alive, I got to talk loud, so I hope you all don't mind my loud projected out of
No, not at all.
we want to feel good about food, and we want food to make us feel good. We want it to fuel us because that is the main role of food. And we want it to be good for our body and our health. And all of our health starts in our body. Right in our stomach, right? If your digestion is bad, you probably are achy, cranky, and everything else. So some of these recipes, which are really simple, will help kind of add more vegetables to your plate and make them the star of your plate. Today's menu is, we are going to start with a massage kale salad with a lemon maple dressing. And our entree is going to be stuffed hummus. You heard that before?
No, that's stuff.
Stuffed hummus with focaccia on the side.
Oh.
So stuffed hummus is similar to the Mediterranean plates that you might get if you go and get the shawarma plates and things like that. Put a nice little dollop of hummus right on the plate and we pile it up with goodies. We eat it with a fork, we eat it with focaccia, we eat it with our hands. Whatever works. All right, so we are going to start. I have some vegetables because we are on a time limit. We're going to first start with our longest cooking item, which is our carrots, which we're going to serve with pistachios over the hummus. And then our cauliflower, which we're going to roast and serve with baked onions and something else on top of the hummus. And you're going to make some focaccia. So those are three things that we're going to start off the bat. Whenever you're in your kitchen, to make things easier, always start with your longest cook time, and that's what you prepare first. All right, so cauliflower. I have 2 heads of cauliflower. If you are in the proper kitchen, you have a nice sharp knife. And you're just going to go down at an angle, watching all of your digits. And you're going to hopefully peel out the pork. Everything is still intact. I know you all in Facebook land can't see, but we kind of just take out that little pork, and it makes it a lot easier. This one is a little thick, so I'm going to cut it first. Pour around. Instead of just, taking all the pieces out at once. And then you risk having all those cauliflower florets kind of on your cutting board. This is a little neater way to do things. I like to do things in a way, sorry about that, in a way that means less cleaner. I like to clean.
Like that.
I got boys at home, they don't always do the dishes. So I try and make it easier without a few less pots. So I can either do this now. See, no florets are falling on the ground.
Wow, look at that.
But you can break it up nice and easily.
Wow.
And then if they're big chunks, just cut it off. You can eat the core of the cauliflower. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just like with broccoli, you can eat the core. You just have to shave a little bit with a vegetable peeler to get the toughness off of the on the outside. And it's cauliflower season, so you want to eat seasonally. Yeah.
So,
That one's gonna
so
be
that means cauliflower should be on sale?
Yeah, it's actually a really good price right now. And the goal should be to try and hit as many farmers markets as you can, right? We have lots in Buffalo, we have lots on the east side now, thankfully. So you want to try and do that, or if you do go to Wegmans or Whole Foods or something like that, just simply ask, what do you have from local farmers? Because the more we ask about things, the more we'll receive things, right? So I'm going to cut this up in like bite-sized pieces. Not super big, but you don't want it You want to be able to fit it on a fork, and you want it to be comfortable. You want to be able to eat it in like maybe one bite, sometimes two. So we're just going to cut this up here. I'm going to have you all season the cauliflower for me, so you get a chance to be a part of the magic. And then we're going to cut up some carrots that are already peeled. When I wash my vegetables and I prepare my vegetables, I always soak them in vinegar water solution.
Wow.
You can also do a baking soda solution, right?
Right.
And that's simply just that black basin over there. I just fill it with water, put in some vinegar, couple splashes, 3, 4, something like that, depending on how much needs to be cooked.
What does that do?
What it's going to do is get rid of or attempt to remove any of those pesticides and break them down as much as possible.
Wow.
And the same thing with the baking soda because it has that abrasion to it. So if you have like apples, which tend to have more of the spray on them, peppers and cucumbers, you might want to use a baking soda solution. And what that's going to do is just try and get some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can finish that with, vinegar. It'll give you that little reaction that we had in what, 6th grade with volcanoes. Baking soda and vinegar. But it will work really well at just cleaning off a little bit. Sometimes what I'll do is if I have something that I know is like not organic, something that I know has a lot of stuff or can't do a lot, I'll actually wash it with Dawn first. And then I'll put it in a vinegar solution or a soda solution. Just because, we know that Dawn can get rid of oil on animals and feathers, and it can get rid of something on the neck. So we kind of do it that way. All right, so now I'm cutting up my cauliflower. Any questions while I'm finishing up this last little bit? No? What?
So could you do this? I'm sorry. Could you do this with broccoli? We chose cauliflower today, but is there a big difference between like broccoli and cauliflower?
Well, of course, one in the way that it cooks, looks, and tastes, yes. Big differences, but you can. It's just really a preference.
Right.
Some people just don't like cauliflower. Who doesn't like cauliflower? Well, hopefully I changed your mind.
A lot of times it's the way it's prepared, right?
Exactly. Right. So then it does. It does. But it also it's interesting. Cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable, right? So it's in the line with cabbage and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. So sometimes when it's cooking, it'll give off a gas. And many times people don't like gas because who wants to smell gas? But that's just the natural being of the vegetable. It's nothing bad. It's just, it's just nature. All right, I'll move this over and worry about cleaning later. And whenever you roast vegetables, but yes, broccoli would be different. But it would be depending upon how you season it. The reason why I like to say make vegetables to start with plate is because typically when we're cooking, the first thing we think about is meat. That's going to be our protein. What are we going to serve with our protein? My challenge for all of you is to make vegetable to start and use that as your protein. Determine what vegetable you're going to use and how you're going to season it, and let the meat be the side. That way, you're able to put at least half of your plate as vegetables, right? So,
Which is really good for a lot of health conditions.
Yes.
That particularly our community suffers from, right?
Yes. So it's really, really important just to make sure, we eat those vegetables. And when you change that mindset, you're able to do that, right? So instead of focusing on the meat, let's focus on the vegetables. I need 2 volunteers. 1, 2, you're right in front of me. All right, so one thing with roasting vegetables, high heat, single layer, don't touch it. Remember that? High heat, single layer, don't touch it.
Meaning no touching of the food next to the food.
No touching of the food items next to it. So, and you want to make sure that cut side, see that cut side is down against the pan as much as possible. Now you're probably saying, Alexa, I thought you didn't like cleaning. Why don't you have parchment paper or tinfoil?
Right.
Because I don't think it allows the proper contact. Right? There's a reason this is made out of stainless steel. Good contact with the food. If you know how to clean, then you can clean food off the pan. Don't let it sit for a day. Clean it, put some water in it while it's still warm, just to get the bits up, and then you'll be okay. So first thing I'm gonna do, about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. This is regular olive oil. This is not extra virgin olive oil. You don't want to cook extra virgin olive oil. You want to cook regular olive oil. I didn't bring my paprika. I gotta find
Why is that?
Because of the, thank you, Rita, smoked paprika if they have it. Extra virgin olive oil is the first press of olives, right? So it's like the best, the premium, the greenest, the most flavored, just wonderful and luxurious. But it's also the most sensitive, right? So high heat can break down the properties and make it not as good as you intended it to be. Olive oil is the second press. So that makes it a little more easier. Oh, that's a little, I can't believe I left it at home. That'll make it easier to, you know what, there was if you look next to that, to the right, there might be, in a little container at the bottom, there might be some more spices too. Yep, to your right, next to the cap, yeah. Are there any spices around there? And if not, we can roll with what we have. Oh, olive oil. So yes, you want to use olive oil. Avocado oil is good. Grape seed oil is good. Not rapeseed. Grape seed oil. Canola oil and vegetable oil, they're okay. They are primarily made of soy. So if you have soy allergy, or you can't, you're sensitive to soy, I would not suggest using vegetable oil. Peanut oil is really used for frying. And when it comes to seasoning, I like to be generous. Not with salt, but with spices and herbs. There's a big difference. That's okay, I can use a regular paprika. And I can tell you why I want to smoke paprika.
Thanks for explaining that, because there's so many, I get confused about olive oils. I'm staring in the grocery aisle, I don't really know which virgin,
Right.
extra filtrated.
So the extra virgin oil, typically you want to use for your salad dressings or cold preparations. But for cooking, you use regular olive oil. Now, salt, I use kosher salt when I'm cooking with my vegetables. That's my preference, that's why I learned in the kitchen. But salt is not a seasoning. Repeat after me. Salt is not a seasoning. One more time. Salt is not a seasoning. Exactly. Because salt is an enhancer. Salt is an enhancer. It enhances whatever spices, herbs, and flavorings you want. You don't focus on the salt,
Right.
you focus on the seasoning. You can always add more salt. You can't take it away. All right. Who are my volunteers? One,
That looks good on there.
get to massage it. Okay. Just make sure everything is coated with oil and spice and don't lose it. 6:25, where am I going? All right. Next is our carrots. So the carrots are going to go on top of our roots. And we're going to cut them in a way that we have a lot of ice. It's a little bit more. So if that paprika can get everywhere. And then you're going to flatten everything out and space it out so that the flat sides are down. So with carrots being a hard vegetable similar to cauliflower, we have flat side down and make sure you need more paprika. Look at you! You're not magical at all. I like that. So Now, the reason why I'm asking about smoked paprika has a bit more flavor than regular paprika. And you'll find it in the store. Smoked paprika is very common. Yes, you did. Looking amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna raise you all again. Okay. Now, smoked paprika is a vegan or vegetarian drink. Right?
Right.
So if you can't cook the smoked meat, then you're gonna cook the smoked paprika. That's good, yeah, that works. You're gonna cook with a little bit of smoked paprika. And that smoked paprika is gonna give you that smokiness that you would normally get in a hand hog or smoked turkey bone or something like that. Alright. Okay, I like that. All right. And if you need more granulated garlic, go ahead and use that. So what we did for the cauliflower was salt, pepper, paprika, and granulated garlic. And that is going to be one of our toppings along with some pickled onions of our stuffed hummus. Our next topping is for the carrots.
They look so pretty.
Aren't they pretty?
So not powdered caramel.
Not
Powdered caramel.
but not. Thank you for that. Yes. What's the difference between powdered garlic and granulated garlic? Does anybody know? No.
It's a
Good.
finer grain.
It's all about science and surface area. Remember I said surface area with the carrot is much contact with the pan?
Yes.
It's the same thing with the granulation of garlic. So they dry garlic, whole garlic, and then they powder it or they crush it. And granulated garlic has a larger surface area than powdered garlic. Have you ever used powdered ginger? You know how easy it gets?
Oh, yeah.
That's how powdered garlic would be if it weren't glowing.
Right.
More surface area, right? So that's granulated. So if you ever see the powdered garlic, it may say powdered garlic, but if it's flowing like that, it's granulated, and that's what you want. Try and stay away from the seasonings that already contain salt.
Right.
Why?
Because the salt is not a seasoning.
Yeah.
Do I get started?
Yeah, you get 1 star. You get 1 star. But you also can't control the salt
Right.
when it's already added, right? So we want to make sure we can control our salt so we can control our health. We're going to put this over here for a second. Good job. You all got a star. All right. Good job. Keep track of your stars. I'm not going to keep track of them. So now we're going to do the carrots. The carrots, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do olive oil. Now, can you not use oil to roast? Absolutely. However, that helps things cook.
Right.
You're not eating all this oil. You're splitting it among 600 people, right? So you're already reducing the amount of oil that you just put on the carrots. Second of all, that oil is going to help coat the vegetable and get all of the seasonings onto it. But it's also going to allow those vegetables to sear on the stainless steel pan so you can get that beautiful caramelization that we love when it comes to roasting vegetables.
Right.
Have you ever done those one pot vegetable dishes? And they tell you to put all your vegetables either in a baking dish or all in a baking pan and put them all together. Then when you eat them, they just kind of all taste the same. Yes, they taste like they're steamed. And it's like, why did I just do this? Because you don't mix your vegetables when you cook them, when you roast them, because each of them take a different amount of time to cook and a different preparation. So we're going to. How's the sound on that?
People say they can hear, so
Okay. So we're going to use a little bit of salt. Have you ever tried carrots with coriander, cumin, and lemon?
Sounds like we're gonna do that
We're
today.
going to do that today. So we have some salt. Remember, we can always add more salt. And I always toss mine. We're gonna do a little bit of garlic, not as much as the cauliflower. Who's my next volunteer to massage? All right. And then we're gonna put coriander. This is ground coriander. Coriander is from the seed of the cilantro plant,
Yes.
and it has a very floral scent to it. Please don't pass it around for everybody.
Yeah, it smells like Fruit Loops.
A little bit. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. Yes.
How
Okay.
organic is that?
I'll give you that one. So much. I would say it kind of has a
But
lemony scent
it
to it.
smells better.
Okay. Yeah.
I should say Fruit Loops is trying to smell like that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have cumin. Cumin is also a seed, and it's basically ground. You can buy all of your herbs and your spices ground or whole. There are advantages to purchasing them whole. When you purchase them ground like this, they don't last as long. You really should only keep your ground spices maybe 3 to 5 or 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. Mix it up, make sure everything gets incorporated into the peppers.
That's a recommendation. It's not a legal document.
Just think, everything needs to feel the love. Yeah, that's what.
You're on Mr. Pump.
All right, so we're gonna clean up for a quick second. It's different than being in my own kitchen cooking and everybody on TV.
Yeah, I know this is so much more fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I enjoyed that too.
Yes. All right, so as soon as the carrots are done, and we're gonna spread those out, make sure they're nice and flat. We're gonna pop everything into, at home it would be about 400 degrees. Here it's gonna be 375. We have a convection oven, so it's usually 25 degrees less. Yeah, make sure there's no browning, try and get as much touch as possible. Yes, and so when you roast things, what's actually happening is all the moisture is being removed from the vegetables, and all of the natural sugars are being brought out of the vegetables. That's where you get that Maillard effect or caramelization. The Maillard effect is what that roasty, caramely, luscious thing is. It's actually named after a chef that kind of discovered this procedure in France. Don't ask me here. But called the Maillard effect. You do it with meat, when you're searing meat, and you get that nice crust on it. And you can do it with vegetables too. So in the oven, I always try and do my vegetables at maybe starting at 15 minutes, and then check them at 15 minutes after that. This is a big oven, but I'm going to attempt to alternate the pan so there's more circulation around all the vegetables. All right, we need timer, so 15 minutes. All right, so now, while we're doing that, we're going to make some hummus. I know you're like, I don't know how to make hummus. Okay, but I'm gonna show you how to make
Sorry.
hummus.
No.
Okay, who eats hummus? Who knows what hummus is? Okay. So hummus is a vegetarian dish, vegan dish, Mediterranean dish. And it's typically made or traditionally or culturally or authentically made with chickpeas, which are garbanzo beans.
But you can make hummus with other beans too, right?
So,
That's what I heard.
yes. So hummus is the act of processing those beans with some spices and with some oil. Because a lot of people still don't necessarily like hummus, and they especially sometimes don't like it when they make it at home for the first time. I'll give you a couple of tricks. The first trick is don't just use garbanzo beans. So garbanzo beans are these. They look like little chicken heads.
Right.
Mix in the white bean with it. This is Catalina bean, right? You can use the white bean, navy bean. What this is going to do is going to make it creamy. And it's going to puree a little faster. Just give it a little bit of a more of a smooth texture than just chickpeas, which tend to be a little hard. And yes, you can make hummus with any bean. Black bean, red bean, and edamame bean. Whatever you want, really. I mean, anything that you can process, you can make a dip out of. So
A lentil, that I've
a
seen that
lentil,
too.
oh my God. You can make burgers out of lentils or beans, so you can make hummus out of it. Garbanzo beans are also in falafel.
Right.
Yes. So, and with falafel, are you going to be able to come over this way? Okay. With falafel, you're not cooking, you can all look down. You are actually using a bean that is not fully cooked to make falafel.
Right.
You soak the bean until it gets all the water rehydrates the dry bean, and then you process it with herbs and spices. And that's what makes falafel nice and fluffy. Alright, this is not my food processor, so I'm just going to work it out, but it is clean. So, in order to make hummus, we're going to add lemon juice, garlic, tahini, and olive oil. Okay. Now, I don't measure things. I let the ancestors tell me how to come up with it. If you ask me to make your recipe, I will. And I'll do my best to measure for you. But cooking is really about what you do, right? And your own taste buds. My taste buds are your taste buds. And your taste buds are not my taste buds. So you have to kind of just see what it does. So first, we're going to start. And I put quite a few in here.
So how many cans?
Well, this is 4 cans. Typically, what I'll do, I have a bit of a larger food processor at home, so I'll use 2 cans of garbanzo beans and 1 can of Catalina beans. But you can do 1 to 1. Or if you just want to make 1 can, go ahead and make the garbanzo beans, or just make the Catalina beans. Just pick one, and then next time do something different.
But you can store it for a few days, right?
Oh yeah, you can store hummus anywhere from like 3 to 5 days. Whenever we're in the restaurant, things like that, or if you're cooking for prepared foods and things that you pick up in the store, they'll typically put like a 5-day sell date on, and then after that, we will eat up for 2 days, so 5 to 7 days. So when my husband asked me, how long is this good for, I'm like, smell it. Taste it. It might be okay. But if it looks weird, then no. So, alright, so who likes garlic? Okay. One thing about hummus, you're gonna say, "Ooh, I love garlic." I'm gonna put in 4 cloves of garlic. This is a raw preparation. So if you put in raw garlic and you put in 3 or 4, you're gonna get a lot of garlic. And garlic can be a little spicy. So you wanna just make sure you don't use a lot of garlic, and then by day 4 you're like, oh, I can't eat this anymore. So maybe start with 1. Know how old your garlic is. The older it gets, obviously the more pungent the flavor. Let's see what other tips with garlic.
What about jarred?
I was gonna say, if you want to use jarred garlic, you can. Minced garlic. There's nothing wrong with using jarred foods and canned foods. It is a preference. You can see for yourself if it's something that you like more than not. And it's about convenience. Right? I mean, who's going to sit here and just chop garlic every 5 minutes when you want to cook something? You want to get it in the kitchen, you got the kitchen. So you go ahead and use your little jar of garlic. Yeah. You can also add roasted garlic to hummus, which is very, very good. You're gonna hand me that salt and the peppers. Oh, Rita's got it. So, so typically I will have a food processor where I can actually see the level of my beans. So I'll put in lemon juice to cover at least the first bean. I don't this time. So this is about 16 ounces. We'll use 2 to 3 ounces. And if you need more, we can. And always add more. Sure, there you go. One thing about lemon juice, vinegar, orange juice, any type of citrus. Remember, salt is an enhancer. If you use too much salt in something and it tastes really good, you're like, oh, let me just finish it with some lemon juice. That salt is going to be kicked up about 4 times. So any citrus is going to pick up the salt that you have to something. So first start with your citrus. If you need to add more, okay, add a little bit of salt, but then wait to add your lemon juice. Because if you add too much, it can be too salty. Salt. I'm just going to add maybe about, oops, see, I forgot one, maybe about a half a teaspoon of salt is better. I like pepper. Pepper's good. Pepper's good for circulation. So you can add pepper, not too much because it can be spicy. Tahini. Tahini, pronounced several different ways. Anybody know what this is? Ground sesame seeds. So, it is a good alternative if you can't eat peanuts, but be mindful, sometimes people also have sesame seed allergies if they have peanut allergies. But if you want to make like peanut butter alternative, you can mix this with a little bit of honey, a little bit of maple syrup or date syrup, and spread it on some bread, and you would have, a little. I don't have any skills for food, but I was gonna let y'all taste it. But yeah, I guess so. And zucchini does not need to be refrigerated. So this is a non-perishable item. So if you want to take your glove, very messy. And you can just take a little dip of your glove and put it in there and then replace your glove.
Give me that box of clothes.
Huh?
Give me the gloves. Give me the gloves.
And it's like it's dry, right? It's like,
but it's peanut butter.
but it's peanut buttery. So that is what really gives hummus that. I saw that face. That's what really gives hummus that rich, savory, and flavor, right? It's creamy. And if you need some water, I understand. So we're gonna put in about, maybe a little generous.
But I can see how it goes into the hummus.
Yes. So we're gonna see how much we use because we have 4 cans of beans. All right, it's been 10 minutes. All right, so in your food processor, you have the beans, we have garlic, we have lemon juice, salt and pepper, and yes. And then we're gonna start a little bit of a grind, and then we'll taste it. I'll get more. It's quiet, so you can still hear me. Any questions online? Can we go out and look inside? Yeah.
Can I say something about the cauliflower?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't like cauliflower because the way Mama used to make it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was like,
It was good.
yeah.
And I will admit, I did not like vegetables when I was younger. Close your ears, Mom. I didn't like vegetables when I was younger because my mom couldn't cook vegetables. She would boil all.
Right.
They were great.
We all
They
did
didn't
that.
have any
We all
flavor.
had that.
Soggy.
Soggy. But then they tasted like butter
Yeah.
because the butter had added flavor.
Right.
No. So when you cook your vegetables, Yes, it's a preference. I like to cook mine a little al dente. I like to make sure there's a little bit of bite to them, right? But still soft.
Right.
But sometimes I'm in the mood for roasted soft vegetables. So then I cook them a little longer and then they just taste really good. And then I can add them to soup, I can add them to pasta, I can put them on pizza, I can and you can meal prep all of your vegetables in advance and you just have everything like this. Alright, so that's what it looks like right now. You want to see it there? That's before I added the oil. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like fresh.
Yeah, looks great. So now we're going to stream in some olive oil. And what the olive oil is going to do is incorporate into those beans. It's actually going to make a paste. See how it's starting to move a little bit more? All right, we're going to let that go for a minute, and I'm going to get my spatula. This my large effect starting.
It smells so good in here.
Smells good.
Doesn't it?
Oh,
Already.
There's all that paprika.
that's good.
Alright, so I'm gonna add a little more. It's tasty, but it's not smooth.
Right.
We want it to be smooth.
So all in all, you're probably putting about a cup in.
It depends upon how many cans.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
I
like
can, so it's like,
quarter cup to a half a cup. So those that are being health conscious and who want to not use a lot of oil, you can make hummus without oil. It will taste a little different, but instead of using the oil, you use a liquid in the can of beans. So the liquid in the can of the beans is called aquafaba, and all it is the starch. It's literally the starch of the beans. This is it. But yeah, so you would add salt.
right.
You would just keep salt out of your recipe because you're adding in that liquid. See, it's a little thick, a little gummy, but we're gonna taste it. And I'm gonna find some more spoons for you. Yes. And I'm gonna ask you after you taste it what it means. Lemon, salt, pepper, garlic, and tahini. Spoons are by the door in the round bowl. Give me just one moment. You can help find some spoons. Haha, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. You got them?
Yeah, I just need salt. I don't want to.
Right here. Now we know what we need. This is so, yeah. And the rag is in there.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay.
That's it. That's not right. We got some. All right. Use this one, Reed. The one over here. Use that one. Oh. You have it. It's really good, actually. It's really good.
I figured it out. I figured it out.
Okay. And we're still all right. So I'll taste it first. It needs some. But I want you all to taste it first. Then we'll wash some more spoons. You can taste it again.
This one, sorry.
So next time you do a class, make sure you have disposable spoons.
Okay.
can do your finger again. You know. I mean, at this point, we're all family, right?
Yeah.
We'll just replace gloves. We got enough of those. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Just
All
about
right, there's a little bit right there too.
no salt.
Gotta taste everything. What do you think?
No salt.
Hit the enhancer.
Meat enhancer.
Yep.
Lemon.
Lemon, salt, enhancer.
That's it.
What else?
Lemon.
Lemon. Okay, now
Enhancer.
I'm gonna challenge you all a little bit. When you taste it, this can be for you guys. When you taste it, what else could it possibly taste like?
That's a good question, man.
Does it have a tuna flavor to it?
No.
No? Oh my goodness, I think you're the first class to tell me it didn't taste like tuna.
You put that on it or something.
I just had tuna this afternoon.
You can make a faux tuna with chickpeas.
Wow.
So if you take the chickpeas,
The aftertaste doesn't matter.
if you take the chickpeas and add to it the same amount of things that you would put in a tuna fish, you'll have a mock tuna.
Okay.
Very simply.
Onion and
Yeah, onion, relish, salt, pepper, little basil, little oregano, a little soy sauce, give it a little texture, a little extra. Oh, you got some perfect. So I added more tahini and more lemon juice. I'm not gonna add the salt yet.
Right.
Add a little bit more pepper. Yes. And we're also gonna add more olive oil. That's all.
Someone else said.
Yeah. And you can also add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to it or another flavored vinegar. So you get a little extra juice. All right. We're gonna open some spoons. That's all you got? Oh, you got more? I know, I'm asking for it. I know. Okay. And you know what? We may need to add more, and that's fine. All right, you all do a taste test while I get the vegetables. And I'm going crazy in the oven here.
pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good.
I'll take it.
It sounds good.
But I can see how she started with a kind of low key.
Yeah. So you're starting to get that flavor now? Yes. And to see the difference between tahini and the salt and the lemon?
Yes.
What does it mean now?
To me, I think it's good. What
It
about you
tastes
guys?
good.
Corn.
Corn? I can see that. I'm not mad at that one.
People that.
Give me some cornbread on the side.
All right, salt, little salt.
Yeah.
It still needs a little salt?
Not a lot.
Not a lot? Okay.
Not for me.
Give me another
That's
spoon.
delicious.
Or a fork is fine. Give me a fork.
So there is flavor there.
It's over there. So I'm gonna test your taste buds. Let's see if we can do that better. Salt. And you're gonna see the difference between salt, and it still needs more olive oil. The texture is still too gummy to me, right? Remember, I got 4 cans of beans,
Right.
Yeah.
so don't say, "Oh, that's a lot of oil."
Did you mince the beans before? Okay.
So whenever I use canned beans, I always make sure that I rinse them and soak them. I rinse them and soak them to get all the extra sodium out.
And you have a question online too.
What's the question online?
When you season the carrots, what was the first ingredient that you used? Did you know you usually use cumin?
Cumin, coriander, and garlic. And I'm gonna finish it with lemon zest. There we go. See, now look at it. Look at how it's pureed.
Yeah.
Can you see that, Bubba?
Oh, yeah, that's good there. Oh, yeah.
That's perfect.
Alright. Now, the other thing that makes it different, I will say, different brands of tahini. Some brands are more flavorful than others. So I've used quite a bit of this, and I typically, I use a decent amount of tahini, but this one is not as strong of a tahini flavor.
How expensive is that?
It's not expensive. No, but you're not using it all the time. It's not like salt or anything. You're only using it in specific dishes. I think this one might have been $5 or maybe $6, but you get 2 or 3 uses out of it. All right. Do we have more forks and spoons?
These are all good.
Okay. We're gonna use fingers again. Hold on. Almost. And our vegetables are done. It's getting better, right?
Really nice.
Right.
So now you see how you can add to it, right? And you can really make it sing. Right? Alright, so if you all are happy with
I
that.
see a bunch of heads nodding.
Yes.
Now if I were making this for you, and you purchased it from me, I would go a little more with the flavor, but we're gonna pause here. Because if you like it, then that is good. And when you all make it, you can make it the way you want to. Alright, now we're gonna go back to our corners and our stations. Now we're gonna have a massage off.
Uh-oh.
We're making kale. And we're going to massage kale. This is gonna be for our salad. Who's ready for this?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay.
I think it's
Okay, I think I can do. Oh! Challenge.
Yeah.
All right.
We're very content.
Sorry. All right, let me see if I can do this equally so nobody yells at me. See this, all this kale?
Oh.
That's 2 bunches of kale. That's it, there's 2 bunches. Kale is plentiful right now because it's a season. Leafy greens and things like that, right? So I'm gonna get out some of this water. All right. Okay, so I need 3 people.
Okay.
Okay, they'll compete and then you can do the rest. All right, so, and then we're gonna put our focaccia in. Okay, so just a touch of oil to get things moving. Touch of oil, and I'll show you and then you can finish. And then just a sprinkle of salt to agitate it. Just agitate the kale. You know, because agitated things need a massage, right? Need to loosen up a little bit. These are your 2 most important utensils right now. Okay? Squeeze it, massage it, twist it, break it. Notice what the color looks like now, and I'm going to tell you when you're done.
It's going to change color?
Huh?
Is it going to change color?
Yeah.
So you want to be a little harsh with it, and
You want to
massaging
massage it.
Like,
This is not like kitten gloves. This is like, come on, get all that aggression out. Use the strength. Feel that tail. See how the color's changing already? Okay. While you all are massaging, so look over here. Have you ever made focaccia at home?
No.
All right. Well, we're not really gonna make it today either. All we're gonna do is use a cheat code. This is Wegmans pizza,
Oh, okay.
and I've let it cook for about an hour and a half to see how it's kind of soft.
You said poof.
Poof.
In
And
technical world.
poof.
yeah, that's a
Yes.
that's a jargon.
It's a jargon, yes. Poof and proof. yeast activates, the dough kind of gets relaxed, and it kind of rises, gets bigger. I oiled my baking sheet first with olive oil, and I'm gonna flip it, and all I'm gonna do is move it around. Focaccia is a yeasty bread that's basically fried in the oven. Because you're cooking it with oil. But the beautiful thing about focaccia is the pockets. Your fingers create the pockets. The pockets is where all that beautiful oil goes into and your seasoning. Okay. All right. So we start there.
What temperature was the oven for the carrots and cauliflower?
400 at home or 375. Convection. If 400 is too high in your oven, just turn it down to 375. How's your kale looking? Different than it's perfect? Yes. That's exactly what you want. Now, do you see the difference? You don't see the difference?
Yeah, I do.
See how well?
It looks like it's cooked.
Yes, it looks like it's cooked. Now we're going to combine these three into here. Now, the reason why we massage the kale is because some people can't digest raw leafy greens. Everybody's preaching, oh, make sure you eat your leafy greens, but yeah, it gives me a stomachache. It probably gives you a stomachache because you can't digest it. So, what the massaging does is breaks down those cells. Kind of almost like if you were to steam it or boil it. But we're just gonna like get all those cells moving and break them up so our stomachs can digest them. So that's good. I'm sure you got you're working that kale. So you're gonna put that in there, and then that bowl is gonna go in there. We're gonna mix that up and then put it off to the side. We're gonna make some focaccia, oregano, and thyme. Pass that around. That's fresh oregano. And that's fresh thyme. So Rita and Dee and Miss Karima, I want you to deflour your oregano and the thyme and sprinkle it over the focaccia. All right, and get as much as you like to on there. Meanwhile, we're going to make, gentlemen, we're going to make some salad dressing. Have you ever made salad dressing? Your most important tool with salad dressing is a mason jar. This is 16 ounces. You can use 8 ounces. The second most important thing you need to know is a ratio, right? For salad dressing, I would say the perfect ratio is about 3 to 1. That means 3 parts oil, 1 part acid. Sometimes people use a 4-to-1, but I like a flavorful dressing. So what that means is I'm going to divide 16 by 4, 4 ounces. 4 ounces acid, 12 ounces oil. All right? So we're going to mix lemon juice and vinegar. Yep, make sure, yep, and just all around. So, because we want about 4 or 5 ounces, I'm going to go about 3 ounces. No, I'll go about, 3 ounces of lemon juice. And then about an ounce, ounce and a half of white vinegar. And then maple syrup, the good stuff. You don't have to use maple syrup. You can use honey, you can use sugar, you can use dates syrup. But maple syrup is going to give it a nice savory flavor to it. And we're going to put in about a half an ounce. Half an ounce to maybe 3/4 of an ounce. So there are ounce measurements on the mason jar, which is why it's really good to use when you're making salad dressing. It is about all right. Now we're gonna add in some salt. So salty and sweet is a perfect mix. Maple syrup and lemon. Yes. Oh, we got a masterpiece right here. All right. Good job. Okay. Now, we are going to use some pepper. Couple shakes. Can you all see over there? And then we're going to use some granulated garlic and mustard, which I forgot. But they might be some over here. When you are making salad dressing at home, you want to use something called an emulsifier. An emulsifier is what helps pull everything together, make it creamy, and makes things bond. Because oil and vinegar are never mixed, right? So you need a mixing agent. So we're going to use so it's actually maybe a Dijon lemon maple salad. We're going to put a little bit of garlic, which also, if I were to use it as its whole pork, is also emulsified. Okay, so I have lemon juice, white vinegar, maple syrup, salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. And olive oil. I'm going to leave a little bit at the top in case you need to add more olive oil or more lemon. See how that's kind of like situated and not going anywhere? I'll let the three of you have at it. Shake, shake, shake to the bottom of the lake.
This is good.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. You can make the pasta art if you really want. So we're going to put on, it's just an olive oil thing. And because we're working with a plant-based sauce here, instead of using regular common Parmesan, I bought some vegan Parmesan. The thing that makes it vegan is potato flakes, nutritional yeast. It's processed. So it's not like we're eating a bunch of it. This is just to flavor it. So, lemons. I have used it before on the focaccia, so we're going to see what it does. See, it smells like Parmesan. Yeah. Yeah. Smells like Parmesan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You shake it. All right, we're gonna pop this in the oven for 20 minutes. Our salad dressing should just be about done. 20 minutes, 7:10. All right. We're gonna move our fresh herbs over here. We're gonna make sure we get our lemon ready. We're gonna clean up just a little bit. Get stuff out of your way here so it's a little more presentable. Any other questions online? Not yet? You all still with me? I hope you can still hear me. You all can also give me feedback about how this is working online. Here. Oh, thank you. So what to do? Watch the knife. All right. Now, how's it looking? Looks emulsified. Look at that.
Oh, nice. It's like the.
Yeah, looks like yeah. Okay. Open that for me. Everybody got gloves on. Well, I got oil and stuff, so I didn't want to. So we're going to taste the salad dressing. Hold that so it doesn't blow away. When you are making salad dressing and you want to taste it, don't use a spoon. Taste it. Use what you're going to apply it to. So we're going to take a little piece. Let me know how it is. Does it need something? Is it too much of something? Can you taste it at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Ladies, yeah. You can taste it.
Hello?
Taste test.
It's good? It's good? Okay, that's why you're so quiet. Okay. Not too sweet. All right, now let's build up this salad and make a rainbow. All right, you'll probably have something to take home. Red cabbage. Again, yes, I can buy a whole red cabbage. Am I going to do it? No, because this is only $2. It's a lot easier. Carrots, shredded carrots. Look at that beautiful color. Now, olives. Anybody not like olives? You don't like olives? Tell me, are you allergic to olives? You just don't like them. Okay. Have you had them before?
Yes,
How have you had them? Okay. Well, you don't have olives today. And if you don't like them, you can pick them out. How's that? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Those olives are
Oh, honest.
different type of
Yes.
olives.
What?
I'd say,
It's a little salty.
Salty. You don't like salty stuff. Well, your dad can go in the corner and spit it out. Now, we're going to use some dried cranberries.
oh,
We got a salty sweet thing going on here.
right.
How pretty it is.
Very
Okay. Repeat this.
Protein, fiber, pumpkin seeds. And these are raw. They're not toasted and roasted.
Could you?
Yeah. I like raw, just because, I don't know, they just have more nutritional value a little bit when they're raw, so
I'm just
I like to
asking.
use them that way. Yeah.
Tell you might want.
Yeah. So
They don't have roasted, that would be okay.
that would be okay. Mix it all up.
Like the salad.
That kale got here. Get some water from
Here. This water down here for that. Ice
All right.
water.
So we have our mixer. The great thing about kale, and when it's massaged, it'll keep for 10 minutes. It's not going to degrade. It was a kale. Got in the back of your throat. It's not going to degrade, right? It's only going to improve. Yeah. So you can dress it and then continue to eat it.
And of course, we don't have any tomato citrus fruit like tomatoes, so.
Right. So it's not going to break down like that.
Right.
And we can always make more if we need it. And we're going to. Ooh. See that kale? I don't see it's kale. Now, if you have kale without it being massaged, that happens immediately. And it happens while you're eating because it's so rough. Right? But when you massage it, that gives it a little break. All right. That is our salad. We have a little extra dressing in case somebody wants to add more. All right. So salad done and dusted, as they say on social media. Now, what else are we doing? Hummus. Hummus is ready. Now we're gonna do, yes.
And you did that to keep it from moving, right?
What?
That paper towel.
Yeah, the paper towel right underneath the cutting board is going to save your fingers when you're cooking and you're cutting. Because if you have a cutting board, right, that's moving around, it's a moving target, right? That means your fingers are a moving target. But when you put that paper towel down, it sticks. It's that suction. All right, so get our plates. First, we're just gonna do, I'll do 2 blobs. No, that's not a very attractive word. But we're gonna do 2 portions on the same plate.
It's a big spoon. Right?
So you're gonna be able to get your
Looking for
carrots and cauliflower on the same plate. And then you can choose how you like to have it. Yes, and would you actually mind combining the cauliflowers? You can use this because the pans are still hot because they're right on the burner. Yeah. So combine the cauliflower. Alright, so we're going to take about not really going fast. Yeah, a little bit there. Now hummus obviously you can have with crackers, you can have with fresh vegetables, you can have with meat, you can have with roasted vegetables. Hummus you can use to thicken soups. Thicken soups, yeah. You can use it as a sauce for pasta. What else can you use hummus for? Salad dressing. I mean, you can literally use it for so many different things.
Well, you can use it with vegetables, you can use it with pita, toasted pita.
Absolutely. I mean, literally, so many different things that you can use with hummus. And it makes it all really good. Okay. Can you hand me those pickled onions, please? Yeah, pickled onions. Get my gloves. Now for the cameras, we are going to plate. We are going to serve our salad. And we are going to bid you adieu. You can always email me to ask questions about what we prepared, about how something was made, or about all these beautiful people in front of me. All right, this is for our salad. All right, so now, I need my lemon and remember I told you we're gonna have we're gonna finish off our carrots, right? With some lemon zest. And thank you all for your patience. And I hope this extra half an hour is worth it. Alright. So we're gonna start with because we're kind of doing it on the same plate. But, giving you an idea of 2 separate dishes. So our carrots are going to be finished with some lemon zest. And chop up the parsley. and some pistachios. Okay. Carrots and lemon and pistachio. Our cauliflower, I got it, is going to get some fresh pickled onions. I pickled these myself. Hopefully they're good. I mean, you never know with pickles.
Delicious.
You never know how they're gonna turn out. And I didn't chop it, but I'll do that cheat code. Voila.
Voila.
That is our stuffed hummus. And I just What was that like that, huh? He's like, oh, I'll have an olive if I can get that. All right. So feel free to stay on. We're going to plate up our salad. We're going to let our focaccia cool for just a little bit. We're going to plate up our hummus. You can stick around, but we'll be on mute. Ask us questions if you like it to. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do some cauliflower. So this is when you're in the restaurant, right? You're just going down the line. And just going to try and make sure you have even portions on everything. So the oven was a little high on the cauliflower, and we had all that wonderful seasoning. So that's why it's extra flavorful and good right now. And because it was high and outside cooked, so it's still a little al dente, but I think you all will like it. And if you don't, don't look at that way. And then, you all want to taste before you get the hummus? Feel free, take that extra. Let me know what you think. And that hummus is going to make things nice and creamy for you. You can always drizzle a touch of olive oil on top of everything. You like that? That's good. And this is about 2 pounds of carrots and 2 heads of cauliflower. Don't forget to taste the carrots. Okay, some pickled onions and some onion zest. Thank you are they still on? Thank you for joining us online. We're going to be back next week at 6 o'clock. Same place, same time. Maybe we'll be an hour, maybe we'll be an hour and a half. We're going to see how it goes. And we're not going to fuss about it. Right? Exactly. Now you could put lemon zest in your salad dressing. However, you don't want to do that unless you're going to process it really well, because the lemon can get bitter after time in that vinegar. Am I mute? Hi. Okay. Any questions? Questions?
No. Auntie says she's ready for it to go container.
Ah, all gone.
Somebody celebrating Soul Food Monday. And
So cool. Soul Food Mondays. We like that idea.
I love it.
Soul Food Mondays.
I love it. Now, tip about onions. Have you ever been to a cookout? Somebody says, "Oh, who made potato salad? Because I don't feel well now. Were there onions in it? No, was there mayo, fresh mayo?" You say, "Yeah, there's mayo in it." It was probably the mayo that got you sick. It wasn't the mayo. It was the onions. Because if you leave onions out at room temperature and they're cut and they're not cooked or ceviche, they're going to start drawing out all the germs from it. That's where that old wives' tale comes from. Put a cut onion under your bed when you're sick, so all the germs can be drawn out.
How about those?
All right. Okay, we got our salad. I'll make sure everybody gets some mixing.
Am I muting now? Am I signing off?
No, you can keep it running if there are people still on.
But they're gonna be watching y'all eat.
Yeah, well, no, they're gonna watch us plate. I know we do this all the time. They're gonna watch us plate, and then we'll sign off and we're ready to eat. This is our salad.
So they can hear us.
See everything plated. And when you mix up salads, you're gonna all your toppings are gonna fall to the bottom. So you want to make sure you always kind of circulate or get things mixed in. You all got a lot of salad to take home. Okay. And I'll cut up the bread. And if there's something you didn't get, it's probably in the bottom of this bowl. All right, so we got the salad, and I'll cut up the focaccia. Now, focaccia, you do want to let rest a little bit. You typically shouldn't cut your bread as it comes out of the oven. You want it to rest. You want it to kind of form that grain on the bread.
So what's the name of this bread again?
This is focaccia.
Focaccia.
Focaccia. Focaccia. Focaccia. And it's an Italian bread. This is focaccia. And you can use it as a sandwich bread, or you can just use it, just to eat with dips and things like that.
And you start out buying your what?
Pizza dough.
Season dough.
Pizza dough.
Pizza dough.
Pizza dough. Make it really simple, so you don't have to worry about rising dough and mixing and things like that. You can make it at home. It's not traditional, but it tastes good. The reason why you don't want to cut bread right away is because it dries out. All that heat just kind of escapes and the moisture escapes. See those holes? That's what you want with focaccia.
Yeah.
You always want to use a serrated knife.
This everything.
I hear Miss Reed over there.
And when I watch it on TV, when I watch you on TV, I can do the same thing.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And the high heat, that 400-degree oven is what gives it that nice golden brown with that olive oil.
Just like that. Now you get to know what I do at home.
There we are. So typically, yeah, but again, it's really hot. So enjoy and let me know what you think. Okay. And I have forks that are
Clean it right there.
clean right there.
So you guys are gonna share a plate?
Oh no,
What's up?
we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't put person. Do you want one person?
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I want my money.
Make sure you get your water and everything. If you need more dressing, there's a little bit more dressing. I can always make more. Yeah, these those.
Look is gone, we can't ask him.
Yeah.
It's-
Nope, you got to put right on your plate.
You are talking wrong.
Thank you.
So we're on mute, right?
I'm about to. You want me to put something?
Yes.
Well, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Going on mute.